just looking at this old riding coat. It's I've got it up here because I want to use it for my chimney sweep. I'm going to do my chimney sweep because I don't want to look smart. I looked on internet this morning because as far as I were aware, I were the only person doing chimney sweep at weddings. But I found on internet that there were some others down in Dorset and all round. But when I looked at them, they've got smart top hats on and waistcoats and white shirts, and they didn't look like they'd been sweeping chimneys, whereas I looked like to think that my idea of is a very poor old guy who's still sweeping chimneys and with the appropriate wear. Look at that.
Wow.
Now, generally mice do this, but I've also found that wasps do leave best traces behind. It might look like a bit horrible, this, but it's just an ideal jacket. This is an old horse brush, look. Bloody lovely old horse brush. So we'll take a bit of dampness off. Get a bit of rub down. I was saying, wasps land on coat and they eat the way up like that, and they make like a long trace. They take it back to the nests and they line the nests out with it. It is very damp, this coat. Look at that inside now, just look at that.
That's corking, mate. That looks part, doesn't it?
If my missus saw that, she'd go bloody spare. She said, you're not wearing that, are you? Oh, bloody am. It's just a job, is that? Eh? Burton's best. Might get a mice jumping out of pockets. Look at that, Steve.
That looks bad, mate. Well, just step outside here with your Tom Plum.
The old shepherd. The old shepherd. It don't look as good in sun, Steve.
It doesn't. It's still, it does. It looks alright, that pug. It looks spot on with oils in it on back at shoulders and that. Hey, it's spot on, that. It's well worn. It's like me and thee, isn't it, Pug?
I see no ships, only hardships. Yeah, little cool. Look at that little saddle, Steve. It's a little gypsy, call it a little gypsy saddle, that. And that little saddle, believe it or not, fits any horse. It'll go on any. And that's why they like them, because it fitted on any horse. Been there for years. I've been here about 25 years, or probably more. That little. Even a pair of old spats there, look, old farmer's spats. You'll see where that's been my time when I go to Whitby, can't you? Fortunes.
Yeah.
Fortune skippers. Now look at them.
Wow.
They're actually leggings, these. But they suede. I used to ride in them. Fight. I think I might take them back up home because I might start wearing them again. Because I like
I can't see as I've ever seen any of them before, Muir.
What, these?
I've never seen any, Bob.
They're what farmers used to wear.
Yeah?
And horsemen like, because
Saves your legs getting wet. They're not like spats of today, Paul, are they?
no, these are Victorian, of course. Victorian. So there's a little, just like on a belt, there's a little pin there, and they hook like that. There's a little brass pin there. Oh, that's a steel one, is that? But that's a little brass holder, and you put them on round here like this. They might not fit just at present. Get job right. That's how they go up. Like that. That goes in there. Like that. That goes through there, comes round on itself like that, there we are. What about that?
Brilliant, mate.
Just like that, Steve.
I don't know. Them little catches are similar to what they wears on chimney sweep, aren't they? Them clogs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're fastened. They were amazing. Them. I ought to film them and all them clogs and all. You know,
Yeah, they were-
just to show people.
They were
because
beauties then.
they're-
They're all original. All the Victorian clothes were a lovely catch.
Mm. Was that broke off? Something's just fell on the floor. Mate.
Yeah, it's bits of good. Oh, it is. It were. It were catch. Yeah. Yeah, it was.
I could hear it go on the floor, but I didn't see it.
That's resting it. Look.
Is it
So what it
rocked
does,
over?
it goes in there. I can make another one. I've got some bits of brass. It's these have been up there, hung up there for. I can't see it. I can't blooming see it. That could catch us here somewhere.
I heard it drop.
I'll put on one side, put them on one side, and I'll come down with care. I'll take them up and I'll repair them up, because I've got some of these for little lads as well. Very small ones for little thin legs.
So they saved their legs getting wet, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they getting like thistles in them and whatever.
Yeah. All right, for when you're walking about it, nettles and all like that. Yeah, but they're pretty upmarket ones.
Yeah, they're fabulous.
Yeah. Amount of rubbish I've got, Steve.
Ah, but it's not rubbish, Muir, is it?
Well, I don't think so, but...
Well, I know it isn't rubbish. I mean, it's good that people like you save it, because I want to know any effort stuff.
No.
You know.
Well, I've got some right Atlanta.
Yeah, you have.
Just because I like it and I know what... That's it there.
Have you got it?
That's it. That little pegs have rotted off. But I can make another one of them, that's not a problem now. Out a little bit of brass. I think this is brass coated metal. So that's why it's rotted off. But we can repair it. We can repair road, if I think about it, long enough. when you look around in here, I mean, I've all sorts of pictures of horses. There's a lot of dampness on here because the last time we were flooded, it flooded me out here. But with all sorts. Yeah, what about that? Any idea what that is, Steve?
Looks like a shoe on.
It looks like a shoe on. It's actually a rasp for rasping horses' teeth. It's horses' teeth, and there's something else and all somewhere. Oh, there it is. There it is. Right. So if you're going to rasp some horse's teeth, you need horse to keep its mouth on. And this is a device, I've had this years, I used to do my own horse's teeth, that shoves in horse's mouth like that, and it bites down on that, and keeps its mouth on, just enough room to get this horse rasped down, and rasp away at teeth, like that. Only back teeth, you don't do front ones, just back ones, because back ones wear, and they get like a lip on them, a lip. And of course it catches under. So you're doing that. You're doing that. Whether or not I'll ever do that again, I don't know. There we are. They're all bits of horse things. Some old clippers, look. I used to use these. Just snipping up round bit main. And round a little leather pouch, look. Victorian again. Victorian stuff. All my stuff's Victorian. I don't have any modern stuff. And Jill says, I was born in the wrong era. All my stuff. Look at that picture of horse there. A bit foal. Eh? Now that's a special little knife, is that? That's little farrier's knife for when you. I used to shoe my own horses as well. When you've got horse's foot up and you're cleaning frog out. It's a frog cleaning device, very sharp, and it's got a little end that's turned over, so you don't stick it. You don't take too much off. That actually reams it out there. Nice little thing that, with a horn handle, look.
Oh, I can just see it points on it, yeah. It's a nice thing.
Yeah. And that depression in there, if you can see it.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. Well, that is when you've got horseshoe on and you actually push it in it, just pushing it in place, adjusting it before you tap nails in.
All right.
So that's that. And then there's another little device down here. Little shoeing hammer. Especially for nailing little horseshoes in. Horseshoe nails in. And that's for pulling them out if they get it when you're de-shoeing. Little square end on it. Nice little shaft on that, look. A nice little hammer. Just for tapping horseshoes in. Specialist hammer. There we are. I think that's about it on horse job.
It is, isn't it?
Oh, other than I got this out of an old blacksmith shop in Bempton. I was going to Bempton Cliffs, and there was this old little rundown little blacksmith shop that they were about to pull down to build on. And I kicked bloody door open and went in, and lo and behold, that were on wall. And what it is, in my opinion, it's an apprentice, to show an apprentice how shoe fits on. Of course, this particular shoe is a farmer's shoe because it's got a piece on there which stops the horse from slipping, but it's only on one side. So that to be on outer outer, it's a rear foot. But that's I reckon that's a piece of Victorian work, is that. In fact, that polished up, you know what folks would do with that these days? They'd polish it up and put a stem in it, put a lamp on it, have it as a curio. I better have had that. I better have had that 40 year. That be off an old Shiros or something like that. Well, not probably a Shiros, but certainly an old cob. And these are all just like your fingernail, all irregularities in growth. Really old thing that. That's today's lesson on shoeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've got anvil and I've got my little hearth as well.
Ah.
Little hearths up at home.
At home. I'll have to have a look at that one day and all.
Yeah, yeah.
Fabulous.
So these are old fire grates, look. When you used to have your own fire, that one's a bedroom fireplace. This one's quite a nice old thing, look.
Yeah, that's nice.
And it's got pheasant on it, look.
Ah.
Yeah. Black leaded.
Just look lovely.
There's
That.
about 50 quid's worth there. Into, anybody who's interested in. But I just like them. I just like them hanging about. I just like them. That's my little bedroom fireplace. That's to let a bit of draft through. Hit and miss the situation. Don't seem to be working. Oh, it does. It turns it. Just let a bit of air through into the chimney. Nice little shovel. That's an old-fashioned little shovel specifically for throwing coal on little fireplace, on little fires. Look at that old bit of strong steel, is that. Cleaned up, that to look quite nice. Got a few wormholes in it. Yeah. Here's a fire. A backseat, look. I don't know where I got that from, but that's to go on a gas fire, look. It's one of them that you build up, different coals. I don't know why I collect this stuff. I must be balmy. There's a Victorian mirror there as well, look. That were in an oak frame, which is that subject to come off and polish up again.
Just polish up.
If you wanted to. Up here, I used to keep track of when I first saw the first swallow come, and when I first saw the swallows leave, and I used to keep look. Swallows 2004. Here, the 25th of April at Thorpe. July. Oh no, that's for bales. And then I've got all sorts of information up there. How much I paid for hay in 2004. Swallows at Thornwell, 17th of April 203. Goose eggs. Swallows again down here, look, swallows. What's that, what year's that? 09?
09.
07. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I don't do that anymore. I don't.
We'll do it this time, Muir.
I ought to,
I mean, I've seen them as early as 1st of April, haven't you?
Yes, I have, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And they know when to come, don't they, pal?
Now then, there's a spanner here, specific spanner. What do you think that might be for, Steve? Any ideas?
It's not a bed spanner, is it?
No, it's not a bed spanner.
Yeah,
No.
I don't know, mate.
It's for taking a wheel off a carriage.
Off a carriage?
That's for the outer brass part, and then if you want to take the wheel off completely, That takes the outer one off that you put your grease in, so it greases the wheel. That one is to take the inner nut off inside, and that's called a Collins spanner, because the name of the axle was called a Collins axle. Yeah, you like that, don't you?
I do.
I do.
That's fabulous, mate. And there's still got the carriage, aren't there?
There's about 4 or 5 round and about. Yeah. 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 That's a skinning knife, is that? Fisherman's knife.
I can see that.
Yeah. Put that there. Well, can we talk about
A lot of bit of gear, aren't there?
all sorts of rubbish? It's been here for years.
Yeah.
These are mole traps. Look, they're catching moles. Another nice horse brush there. Another nice horse brush.
Yeah.
These are are for me goats. When I used to have, I used to have them. I built a little buggy to take lads, and I had 2 goats pulling it. We used to go up to end at track here and back down with lads in it. We bring goats, so we had to have I had a piece of stick going over with a piece of string on it and a couple of carrots hanging over at front. So the goats were going for carrots all the time, but as they went along, of course, carrots were going in front, so they never actually got carrots. But it kept them going forward. Otherwise, goats see something and stop and go start eating. And lads would fall off at carriage. There's an old picture here. I keep going to say I'm going to put this up, but it's a nice old picture. Just going to kill it up so I can actually see it. It's a woodland scene. There's also loads of dust with me, isn't there? Are you getting good, reasonable clarity with this?
Yeah, no problem, mate. It's just that window what's bugging me a bit, but I can cope with it.
Right, there we are, look at that. Now then, there's an old cottage here, look. It's an old ancient woodland, and what have we got here? Bluebells. Eh? I like that.
I know.
It's an artist's impression. Oh, it's got a name on back and all. Leonardo da Vinci.
Springtime in the woods by who?
I don't know, I can't read it.
Somebody D. Just hold it still a minute, I'll get it. Oh, nearly got it. Nearly. D. Sherry. Out in the woods. That's my next job, that. We're waiting for bluebells. That's
We're
my
waiting for
next job.
bluebells.
That's my next job, is going and filming bluebells.
We're waiting for bluebells. Yeah. Good old picture, that. I've had that about 50 years, that.
Wow.
Old picture. This is just stuff we're finding as we're looking. NFU. I used to be in NFU at one bit. There's no bike there, look. 1997. Front page of their catalogue. And Donald Cook's Animal Pet Feeds, 2003. I don't know. All sorts of rubbish. I have all sorts of rubbish. Even an old clock. That one actually. Yeah. About 1950, I think, that old clock. It's one, they had a little cord on it, and you pulled cord and it wound it up. The cord went back up again like that, but cord broke off, and that's as far as it was. That's all for cord there, look. It went that way around. It did go up one bit, tied it up at one bit, but cord broke, and that went on stock. It's now on stock. Right then, Steve.
Right, I'm gonna get off and all.
Yeah.
Do my little talk today.
Here's another bit of old stuff, look.
What's that?
A nose bagget's come off a pit pony, that.
Wow.
That's where nostrils are out like that.
Ah,
It's an old Victorian one, is that? It's actually to stop horses eating too much spring grass, because it gives them blood problems when they start eating spring grass. If they eat too much, it bloats them up and they get badly. So you put one of them on periodically, so they don't eat as much until spring grass is into summer grass. Yeah, it's all part and parcel of messing about with horses. I mess about with horses, I mess about with goats, I mess about with anything. I'm a mess abouter. Right,
right,
I'm
Paul.
going to have a little ride round on my bike now. I'm going up to Wentworth and then on to Scholes and back round to our house. That's what I'm going to do today.
Nice one. So you have a nice day, pal.
And same to you.
And I'm going to go and do my little bit of talk, see how that goes, show a bit of film. And
You're doing the talk today?
yeah,
Oh, you're doing that talk today?
yeah, I'm doing it today.
Where are you doing it? Where is it, Steve?
It's a little church on Buchanan,
All right.
right on the very end.
All right.
Just see how it goes, that's all. I'm only going to show them a few bits of film.
Well,
Show them a few bits of film and just tell them what I'm on with.
yeah, and just ask them a few ask them to ask you questions.
Yeah, that's it.
And see what they
See what they say and see what crack
see
is.
what sort of questions you get.
Yeah.
And
See what
answer.
crack is, and I might do it a bit more, I don't know. Because it's worth showing, isn't it?
Of course.
And
it
then
is.
we'll get your stuff and we'll probably do the same with yours.
Aye.
And we'll show them that, eh?
Aye, if you want, yeah.
Because I think people will be interested. I mean, that little bit of film that we've just done in there is bloody lovely, mate. They can't buy it. They can't buy it. And how many people's doing it now?
Not everybody wants to look at that sort of stuff. But then again, I would, you know, I would. Just general stuff that's been hung about for years. You know, that's an old Indian piece. And I've got a potty as well, look, 1950s potty. Came from somewhere or other, full of holes. An old Sagway, old riding axe. I've been here for years. Some old, very old bits. Look at that bit, that's going to a big shire's mouth, look at that. Old horseshoes. These are good to go on harness to. Where shafts a carriage that go through there. There's all sorts of stuff. Also, these are old feathers from me turkeys, which are in a bit of a dilapidated state. But I used to keep these at flights for my arrows. So I make my feather flights like that. You see, split that down the middle, cut that curve like that, and then stick them on arrow like that. That's what those are for. I've made loads of arrows because you need loads of arrows because you lose them. Yeah.
Right, I'm going to get off anyway,
Right.
mate. And that one, aren't I? On the bike, aren't you?
End of part one, yes. No roller there, Steve.
Yeah.
I put that up there thinking that a bird might go in it, but it's not high enough. It's
Yeah.
it wants sticking out somewhere high up. This won't be long before this is a horse chestnut. It won't be long before. I've been looking. For years I've been going to put a conker in that would produce a red horse chestnut. These will be cream when they come out, but red. I like the red ones. Like hawthorns. The hawthorns coming out shortly, or it's about ready to spring. And the other one I like is a red hawthorn, which are hybrids really, but they look wonderful, just natural. Yeah, we've all sorts of rubbish, all sorts of stuff. But if you've got it, you can use it, and if you haven't got it, you can't. That's my philosophy. Right then. Nice piece of metal there. I like pieces of metal like that. What a piece of 1/4 inch steel. If I'm making something, I think, well, I know I've got a piece of steel, I can cut that out. We cut that out with hacksaw, a shape or something like that to make a weather vane. If I want to cut a shape out of a duck or something like that, that's what I'd use. Yep. There we are. With all sorts of things. In this thing there's full of old hinges. Look at that hinge. That wasn't made yesterday, were it? Look at that nut there. That nut's a handmade nut. In old days you didn't buy nuts, you made them yourself. Cut a piece of steel out, drill it out, tap it, and then put a tap on other end. Through a big gate post, and you've got a big farm gate that'd hang for 100 years. 2 lifetimes worth, that one. Right, Steve.
See you in a bit, Paul.
All right, pal. All the best.